Up there, YouTube. How you doing? Give me a second here. It's cold in my car here. Hang on. Let's see here. Let's see. What the hell's going on with this? Let's see. Okay. Hell's up with this? Okay. What the hell? One more second, I'll have this thing set. Here we go. Let's just... Okay. Okay. Here we go. That should be good to go. What's up, YouTube? How you doing? Turn the damn heat on in here. It's cold. Maybe I kill that one, put that one on. It's a little bit better. Hey, what's up? Somebody's up there. Thanks for stopping by. Just trying to set my live streams up and get some heat in here. It's freezing cold in here. Should have just did it in the house today, but I didn't. One second. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to hop on here. Now, jeez. Talk about Trump's inauguration. The FBI, thank you for the thumbs up, whoever it is. The FBI is talking about one group of FBI agents said that there's no problem and all this, and yet the Secret Service is looking into it, and they had a drone that was flying over the frickin' White House the other day. That's restricted airspace. You know, if a drone's flying over there, why in the hell? That right there should be a big old red flag. You're not even allowed to fly any kind of aircraft near the White House. As far as I know, I don't think you ever really were. They could easily take someone out with that. And they don't seem too upset. Yeah, I'm surprised the government ain't in high alert there. Or maybe they are, but you couldn't tell because they're doing other dumb shit, like arguing in Congress about dumb shit right now. A couple congresswomen were having it out a little while ago, and all kind of other things, you know. And we're about to inaugurate our president here. I'm telling you, I would be surprised. Who's that? Hey, Mixed Media, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I'm thinking that we're going to see some really screwed up shit probably during the inauguration or right before it. Weird thing is, and this might mean nothing, but it's kind of strange. During Jimmy Carter's funeral, Barack was hanging out with, sitting next to Trump, and they're joking around and everything. And Michelle Obama wasn't there, okay? This is the weird thing. Michelle Obama is not going to the inauguration as well, and I'm wondering if she knows something, if something's going to happen. Here's the next thing. It's just a bizarre coincidence. They just opened the Notre Dame back up after it burnt down. Do you know who witnessed that burning down from the Riviera? She was out on the river watching Notre Dame burn by herself. I don't think Obama was Michelle. Just a weird thing. Wonder if she knew it was going to happen there too, because they're saying that was arson in there. I don't know. That's jumping around and maybe making something out of nothing, but it's just weird. Weird that, she's not going to be there. She wasn't there for Carter. Here's the next thing that's weird. Trump just said there'll be hell to pay if they don't release those hostages over in Israel when he gets in there by Inauguration Day. Well, that also sounds familiar. I'm old enough to remember this, that Carter went and tried to rescue the hostages and the helicopters crashed. A fiasco, right? Just as another weird bookends, It was Carter that did that. It's Carter that also sold the Panama Canal for $1. Now we're at the end of his life. All this stuff's repeating in a weird way. Now Trump's trying to buy or get the Panama Canal back. And there's just a lot of weird similarities, as if you threw a rock in a pond and it's just rippling, a time loop or whatever. It's happening all over again, almost. I don't know what it means. I just noticed it and thought it was a lot of weird coincidences happening. And there's more, too. I saw other things. It's like, this is bizarre. But the bizarre has actually become the normal, because I don't think I can remember when things weren't bizarre anymore. I remember they used to call it, this is the new normal, like when that bullshit story came along and we all had to wear the little diaper on our face. Well, I didn't, and I know a lot of people who didn't, but they wanted us to. And here we go again with that. Hey, how you doing, Fred? How you been, brother? What's that say? Did you see where Trump called out Canada, that the United States have been supporting Canada's economy and wow, no, did that just happen? Yeah, I know he's after Canada too. He wants Canada. Oh, here's a little tidbit Trump's getting ready to do. Wave goodbye to the IRS. Now we're going to have the ERS, External Revenue Service. He's getting all the money from tariffs, and I think he's going to demolish the IRS, get rid of it. So, what's that? This week. What? Trump wants the money by this week? Or you lost me there for a minute. Huh. He said that this week is what you're saying, I guess. Yeah. And about the IRS thing. Yeah. I'll tell you what, a lot of shit is happening all at once. And it's kind of reminds me, again, of the biblical thing about the 10 kingdoms. I keep saying this, and I hear other people saying the same thing there. All these things it's the Great Reset, the redrawing the map. And I sort of have a problem with all this on one hand, but maybe it's supposed to happen. We got to go through all this bullshit to get to the end, because we're stuck in some kind of way fucked up matrix, I think, at this point. There's more and more weird shit happening. What's it say? Trump called them out this week. Yeah. Yeah. Good. And again, I'm just sitting in the middle ground there. I don't know. I don't see how Trump could be this spectacular coming out and just everything changing overnight, unless this is some kind of weird, almost supernatural thing happening. I don't know. It's bizarre. Just everything happening so fast. He's not even inaugurated yet, and he's moving pieces around the chessboard like you couldn't believe. Meanwhile, Biden's still trying to screw him up by doing what he can on the way out. You know what? I'm wondering if there's any way they can legally get him the fuck out now. Get him out. I'd rather see that word salad girl in there. He's trying to do as much damage on the way out. He just did something else crazy trying to remember what it was. It was something really, really screwed up. What the hell was that? I just saw it. I mean, everything he's doing daily has been to fuck up shit, whereas Trump's already trying to change shit, and he's not even legally president yet, technically. It's unbelievable. Zach, how you been, Fred? Good to see you, by the way. And Mixed Media, thanks for stopping by. I was wondering who's over here. We got somebody over there too. Whoever's there, thank you for the thumbs up. And what was I gonna say about yeah, there's just a lot of really weird shit just kind of happening now. I heard, and I'm not sure if I heard this correctly, you guys can inform me whether I'm right. I thought I heard that Mel Gibson, who was talking about all this stuff going on with the fires, that now did his house burn down as well out there? It's crazy. And I know that a lot of people think that this is judgment towards Hollywood and everything. I'm kind of ticked off anyway about something. I made a video earlier. I mean, don't get me wrong. Hollywood needs to burn and all that shit, all the evil that's out there on the West Coast. But there's a lot of people probably still out there that are just stuck in a situation they can't get the hell out of there. And they've been living there. Not everybody in California is rotten, but there's a hell of a lot of them in there, evidently, or there's just a lot of cheating going on because they can't seem to get the rat bastards the hell out of the government over there. How is Maxine Waters still in there? How is Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff and Newsom and all these scumbags are still in there? And you're wondering, talk about a rigged vote. How the hell are all those scumbags still in there? Because every last one of them has done dirty shit as far as I'm concerned. And they're the first ones to go after Trump and everything. And the things that they're saying, they're doing. But anyway, I'm jumping all over the place here. So, what's going on out where you're at, by the way, Fred? Weather-wise. You're out in the middle of the country there. Are we going to be seeing snow on the East Coast? You guys getting hit right now? Or thought I heard there's a storm out there. Hey, Mixed Media, it's cold. Yeah. That video was well filmed. The one you did with the roast, that looked pretty damn good. I could never seem to quite get that when I was at work trying to film stuff. It was only the matter of trying to film it real quick and do my job, but I also just didn't know all the ins and outs on the editing. It was good. Yeah, it was really good. We got over 14 inches of snow on the ground now. Damn. Man, oh man, that's a lot of snow, Fred. Something else I want to talk about that's happening right now, too, with the hell was that? WEF, and I'm trying to remember. There's so much shit going on, it's unreal. Oh, wait a minute. Before I go any further, let's go back over to the California fires again. My brother backed this up because I thought I saw something about this, and he said I just talked to him like about an hour ago, and he said he saw same thing. I didn't know whether, because I was half asleep when I saw it, but evidently drones were rolling around through the smoke, right? Ripping around, and not a whole shitload of them, but here and there they were seeing. Well, that was the one thing. The other thing is there's people claiming that the smart meters are catching fire, and that's what's burning the houses down, meaning something's triggering something. And if you think about it, these smart meters could be nothing more than what they did during multiple wars, where the SEAL Team 6 or whoever would go in and they would paint the buildings that needed to blow up with some kind of thing. They'd sneak in there, whatever, and I guess they found them in the dark, the bombers coming over, and it took out different buildings. I can't remember what you call it, but I think in a sense the smart meters maybe doing that same damn thing, making a target for different houses that need to be taken out. They can figure out who's where and just hit a button. And I know that sounds crazy because they're also claiming there's people on the ground. There was actually a guy down there with a flamethrower walking around that they got a hold of. So basically what I think it's mostly, or a lot of it's direct energy weapons, and I think they're putting people on the ground, paying homeless people to go and start little fires for plausible deniability that, you know, we're getting hit from the air from somebody much higher up than some homeless guy with a pint of vodka and some matches or whatever the fuck he's lighting it. You know what I mean? They're trying to cover their tracks a little bit and still burn us the fuck out. This is Agenda 2030 or whatever they're calling it now. They're speeding it up. It's 2025, and they're trying to get to the end of their agenda shit and get us. They want us in camps, and they want us out of our homes, and they're pulling it off. And I don't understand. I made a video earlier saying, how the hell is nobody flipping out? It's actually making me mad as hell to sit back and watch this as we're being burned out of homes and everything's being destroyed. Our food supply, what's it say? Easy for folks like us to hate tech. Exactly. I used an in-shot freeway. Yeah, I tried to do that too. Part of the problem when I was cooking was I'm at work. I didn't have the time, so I just do it real quick. And it's always better if you have someone helping you. I had one or two where somebody helped me, and it was a lot better. But that looked good, by the way, mixed media. Shit, I forgot what. That's the problem. I jump all over the place, and I forgot what the hell. I was talking about smart meters. I truly believe I won't let them put a smart meter in my house. Or also, they're trying to come around. They're trying to give you a better rate. Oh, this will help you out. You know, we got it down here in Delaware. I don't know if they're doing it in every state, but they're trying to hook you up with this other Exelon or whatever the hell the other power company is. And they always come around dinner time with a clipboard and bother the shit out of me. And I don't want to switch up. I'm sticking with what I got. And they're adamant about trying to. This is their deal is that it's green energy and all this shit. I just don't trust anything anymore. They're telling you how it's helping you. I don't trust anything because we had scumbags in power for too long. I don't trust anything. I don't trust the insurance companies that I'm forced to pay money to for vehicle and whatever else I need insurance for. Because look what they just did out in California. All these houses that are burned the fuck down, they canceled their policies months before. That's kind of weird. How the fuck you get away with doing that kind of shit? Why is nobody in there investigating the shit out of that and keeping the spotlight on it? You see what I'm saying? They're allowing all this shit to happen, and that's what's pissing me the hell off. Hang on 1 second here. I don't know. It's aggravating as hell. Let me see. All messages. Maybe that. There you go. It's crazy. And we've been going around with this shit for number of years now where nothing's getting done about anything. You can go around and burn down your neighborhood and do whatever and just claim you're a victim because you're this color, or you're that religion, or you're this, and it's getting to be bullshit. All right. I said this earlier in a video, and the next thing is I was trying to get this out there earlier. It's just a short I put out. And I noticed that everything's being stifled. Anytime I'm saying something anymore, they're just cutting it off, barely getting it out there. And it's aggravating because somebody needs to start saying something. Because why are we all sitting around and watching our places go up in smoke and our country fall down, a deep hole here? Where's some justice, for crying out loud? And I know you got to wait until Trump's in there. We shouldn't have to. This is how corrupt it is. They need to rip every fucking police station apart then, if it's like that. They need to go after the attorney generals first and find out why in the fuck nobody's getting prosecuted. You can go in into California and loot and steal. And I'm thinking if you walked into a store and just stole, you're allowed to have up to $1,000, $999, and the jackasses out there won't prosecute you till you break that magic number of $1,000. You go $999 or something. If I'm right on that, and I think I am from what I've heard, that's some bullshit. It never used to be like that way back in the day. What the hell happened to our country? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Communism. Fucking communists, teachers, professors, and just regular jackasses in our media and everywhere else. That's what happened. Hey, what's up, Amir? How you doing? And what we got here? Society. You're right, mixed media. I've been feeling like this since 2020. Nobody acknowledges anything. It's actually important. Like events that are changing our lives, and people keep focused on stupid shit. I've just withdrawn from. You're right. It's a selfishness. Well, everybody's looking in and not looking out and seeing their neighbors getting burned out of their house. Oh, it's not me, so I don't give a shit. We should all be up in arms and charging these motherfuckers, running at them, pitchforks in hand, because we're being fucked over, and I don't see anybody even getting even a little bit angry. Now, maybe I'm going over the top talking like this and saying that. It's only because I see apathy. I see people asleep, and it's all going to be our turns, one right after the other, or we can all unite and do something about it. That's what I think should have been done. We did unite enough to get Trump into office, but here we are, we're going to sit back and let Trump handle everything. Nah, that's retarded. That's the same thing. You got one man doing all this. We need to get involved. They should start deputizing people and stuff, start making citizens arrests on these lower level assholes that are allowing this shit going on. Somehow we got to get involved more, because you can't trust the politicians. They've sold us the fuck out. That's basically everything in a nutshell that you need to know right there. What's that? You talking bad about socialism again? Yeah, exactly. If that's what we got here, I don't want none, Amir. No, here's the deal. If you think, free shit's good and all this, how about what's wrong with working for shit? Capitalism isn't all bad. I just want free stuff. You know what? God, even in the Bible, says you have to work to eat, more or less. You have to, put something in to get something out. Surely Amir is joking. Maybe he is. Are you joking? Because you do like to break my stones. I know that, Amir. But what would be super smart about everybody pulling together and trying to do something? I mean, being for real about it, though, we're kind of, the whole time we're waiting to get Trump back in there, we should have been trying harder to get involved and do something for ourselves. We're just sitting here as if we're helpless, like children. I don't understand that. Back in the day, it never used to be. You go back far enough, open up a history book, and you're going to see about the Molly Maguires who stood up against the elite scumbag rich that wouldn't even let them make a living without screwing them. There were coal miners, Irish, I think they were coal miners. And there's a million other examples out there of different factories that stood up and went on strike, and different, and I'm not trying to be radical and everything. I'm just trying to say, why in the hell can't we do anything for ourselves? That's my thing. My brother is on the last level of rage. Yeah, nah, dude, I just deputizing citizens. Okay, yeah, we should be, because this is ridiculous. We're waiting for the next guy to fix the problem. I think it's everybody's responsibility. Over in Israel, this is the one thing that they do over there. Most of what they do, some of it I'm not a big fan of. Let's put it that way. Some of it is what it is. But the one thing I do kind of respect about the Israelis is that they go and serve their country. I think, like, you have to put a couple years into the military, whatever. But they're doing something. I mean, even if you're not going into the military or doing something like that, you can civically, in civilian style, maybe do something to help the country. We're all wrapped up in, buying our new car and doing this and what's it? Materialism. Well, you know what? It's all going to get taken away from us. You have a big fucking castle full of everything. It's all going to get taken away in a flash. That's all I'm saying. And people don't see it. And if they see it, they think, well, what can I do? I'm just one guy. Well, if you have everybody with on the same thing, kind of like they're doing, their agenda, they're all lockstep, and they're taking us the fuck apart, and we're sitting here watching, afraid to stand up and speak and do things. That's what bothers me. And yeah, you're right. I am on, Amir, you're right. I am on the last level of rage, because I'm sitting here watching this for fucking 3-4 years of this shit since that clown show pandemic thing happened. And it's just been one thing after another. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, I had that hat on the other day. The one you were asking me about. I should have brought it out to the car. Yeah, go look. I actually did a video in the shorts today with it on, I think. What's that? What state are you living in? The state of confusion. No, I'm in the, what state, Amir? I'm in Wilmington, Delaware. Why, you trying to get me, you trying to dox me so somebody can take me out? Let them come and try. Come on, bring it on. Nah, just kidding. They probably will now. I'm just sick of sitting here and everybody's waiting on Trump to get in. Okay, but why did we just sit here and let them dismantle everything? Our whole infrastructure's rotting away. Seems to me we should have held the politicians that were in there's feet to the fire somehow, some way, Now, I know people got scared and that's why they did this whole January 6th thing. They wanted to make a big thing so people were afraid to protest or do anything or say anything. That's what that was really about. What's that say? Do you know TikTok is getting banned? I did hear something about that. What they're not going to have TikTok over here now? Is that correct? I thought we had freedom of speech. Even though, TikTok might have things wrong with it or not, it's that kind of censorship that's pissing me off too. That's another thing. I don't get it. No, bro, I was just trying to figure out if you are near the fireplace or not. No, I'm in my car. What do you... What the hell does that mean? What fireplace are you talking about? Where the missiles are going to become firing in? Are you going to hit me with mortar fire from where are you at? You nearby? No, just kidding. LA fire. Oh, thank you. When he said fireplace, I'm thinking like down in my living room. Yeah, cat. No, that's out in California. That's West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. We're going to get our own bucket of shit dumped on us pretty soon. I think like Russia or somebody's going to hit us with missiles, cruise missiles off the coast of the East Coast sooner or later, or blow out our power grid over here. Watch out for that. A lot of people think that's coming. And there's even been predictions from one guy who's considered a saint, 3 days of darkness. And not only him, but there was another prophet or something, some old lady from another country, I can't remember her name. She also predicted it. The Baba Vaga or some weird name like that. She, where's the cat? He's in the house. Or she, actually I have two cats. You probably remember the little one was, that was my, cat, Michelle, and the other one was OJ. He's like an orange cat. Yeah, he hurt his leg, and she has a cold or something. She's sneezing and stuff. So, hoping they get better soon. Yeah, I just came on here with a little bit of an attitude. Every now and then I just want to spout off because I'm just looking at, and it looks like America is very apathetic. Like they're just not even here totally. They're worrying about, what TV show they're going to watch tonight and, whether they can, I don't know. It's just, People better wake up. We're really close to the end here. I'm telling you what. Time to get right with God, time to get your head on straight, and time to lock and load maybe, because it may come down that you're stuck here at the end, and God only knows what happens then. I believe in a rapture, and I'm hoping that I can get the hell out of here, because this place has gone crazy. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to say before I went on that rant is about the drones. There was one or two of them flying over the White House just the other day. How do you let that happen? They never used to let anything fly over the White House. There's literally a no-go zone around the White House. What in the hell's up with that? You see what I'm saying? Do you have a dog? Not right now, I don't. Let me take my jacket off. It's getting hot in here. Oh, shit. No, I don't. I love animals. Dogs, cats, you name it. The only thing is that a dog takes a lot more work than a cat, I think, because you got to get out and walk them and whatnot. And cat, you can just have a litter box, and they clean themselves and do things a lot easier than dogs do. But don't get me wrong, I love dogs. Who's that? Hey, Tammy, how you doing? Just got out of the shower. Okay, that's cool. I was just like on a rant over here. I got the two channels here going. The one is Pale Rider, which I think you're on, and the other one is Legends and Tales of Josey Wales. And hey, Mixed Media's over here just said, "Hey Tammy, how you doing?" Amir's over here, Gentleman's VR, and I saw somebody else over there too. Oh, Fred Henkel was over here. I might have chased all these guys away. I was screaming into the camera here, only because every now and then I feel need to I purge, I guess, clear this shit out, because I'm just disgusted. I'm looking at everything going on around us. Does anybody else feel anything like what I'm saying, or am I a lunatic? I don't think I'm a lunatic. I'm just a guy that's observing some shit and just had enough, Can't you immigrate to Europe? Man, Europe's worse probably right now. Yeah, I could. We have the freedom to do that for right now. But it's not that it's... No, I just want people to wake the hell up and care about their fellow countrymen. Care about what rules are being dumped on us, giving a shit. It seems like everybody's self-centered anymore. But that's a prediction right in the Bible, that people's hearts will grow cold and to be me, selfishness going on. Basically another form of idol worship. They become their own idol. Worrying about them and thinking about them. And what's it say? I will go back and watch. Oh, later on this one? Yeah, cool. Yeah, I was just going off, every now and then I just need to do that, because I feel like it's up to all of us to stop this bullshit that's slowly coming towards us. And it's not even slowly anymore. They're trying to get us into this new world order horse shit. Man, this is hot and shit in here. Let me turn this thing down. Hang on. There we go. Got hot as hell in here. Things like a frickin' oven. So anyway, yeah. I just watch people, and they're all wrapped up in their own little lives and doing their own little thing, and they don't seem to care about their fellow man, their neighbors. If we all were like that, I mean, back in the day, people, if someone was down and out, the neighbors would get up and help them out or whatever. You go to like the Amish community, for instance, they got each other's back. We need to be more like that, in my opinion. But Europe has more political party. Yeah, and you know what? All these leaders, do you want to know something, Amir? I know what you're saying in a way, but here's I think that's what I'm sick of. I am sick of these leaders. They're all got their hand in the cookie jar. They're all a bunch of thieving, rotten bastards. They're about taking care of number one, just like I was just saying. So it's not even just the citizens. It's the elites, the people in charge. The corruption runs deep. The roots go deep. And that's the cancer on our country and on the world. And that's why snakes like the WEF, the World Economic Forum, are able to sneak into the Garden of Eden and try to screw us again. Because that's what they're doing. It's just trying to kick us out of our own little paradise. Not that it's paradise, but at one point in time, America used to be a lot better off. Not just America, the world was. There's evil in the world now. You know what I'm saying? Tammy agrees. Thank you, Tammy. What's this? I stay mad about people's apathy. I just stay away from people. Yeah, I think it's righteous anger. Like, meaning, I don't want to be an asshole and come on here yelling. But every now and then I feel the need to, or I'll go bananas. Just watching it all go up in flames. Knowing that at any time we could get shuffled off to some kind of prison camp that they're going to call a 15-minute city or a FEMA camp because some other disaster that they planned for us happens and we're all evacuated out of our areas. You can see what's happening. It's happening all over. And I don't want to go down without at least speaking my mind in a sense. And I think everybody should start feeling that way. I don't know. What's this? More political means more money from in pockets. Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, Tammy, there is some good news. I'm sitting here ranting, but it seems to be good news. The IRS is going down the road. Now we have the ERS, External Revenue Service. That's what Trump's going to do on day one. He's saying he's going after the IRS, getting rid of it. Internal revenue will be tariffs, I guess. So he's getting the money outside the country on different products or whatever the hell it is. But at least for right now, we don't need any tax money yanked out of our pockets. We're going into the hardest times of our lives. The economy's going to just collapse real soon as it is. And the working wages aren't really worth a shit now. They haven't gone up very much for a lot of people, a little bit here and there. So he's at least doing something about the taxes. The problem is, again, is it's probably going to be minimal for the lower level people anyway, because if you're real low, you're not really paying a ton of taxes. But in a way you are anyway, taxes on food, there's other, taxes, different state taxes. But wait a minute, hang on. Do you support the manslaughter of, what's that, CEO of who? Do I? No, I don't. But meanwhile, does are the Who coming after us? All I'm saying, Amir, is, and you're asking me a lot of strange questions, dude. You working for Google or something? I don't know. Anyway, what I'm saying is, they don't have a right to tell you that they're going to take everything from you and you'll be happy and you'll be this and you'll be that and you'll live in a 15-minute city. Who died and let them be in charge of you? See, you're from a country where you guys don't have a whole lot of freedom. Maybe you're working your way to that. From what I understand, now I don't live there, so I can't sit there and tell you what you have and what you don't have. You could probably educate me and let me know. However, I just think that nobody has a higher calling over your life or my life than we do. You know what I'm saying? And these people want to control us like puppet masters. What's this? DIY. There could be. What's that? Wait a minute. I would thought that all the technology available these days, there would be some sort of automated, what's that, wildfire defense. See, I don't even like that word wildfire because it's sounding like it's happening naturally. I don't believe from that. I'm calling it direct energy weapon fire. That's what I really think it is. Yeah, there is wildfires, but all of a sudden the weather changed radically and they're trying to tell you, oh, it's climate change. Fire tornadoes, because we used to have them back when I was a kid. I remember them. No, I don't, because they never existed back then. They're changing the weather, words on the weather, and they're saying, oh, it's because of this and because... No, it's because weather weaponry. Man's advanced, I think personally, fallen angel technology is the downfall, or that what's being used against us, one way or another. All the way back to Nikola Tesla, and further back, that somebody was inspiring these people. He had like a death rate, like when they were still riding horses and shit. He's coming up with shit that was miles ahead, you know? And I just don't believe all this knowledge was just there. Somebody was inspiring them and putting that knowledge there, or letting them find it. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's a super genius. He was a super genius. But something, I don't know. I'm jumping all over the place here. Who is NWO like? Exactly. Yeah, it's about the New World Order, which is basically, in my opinion, it ends up taking us right into the beast system. And I don't want no part of that. They're enslaving us. You know, right now I got something in my car that's tracking me. Let me show you. This is horse shit in a way. This is how I have to get better insurance. This little thing is tracking me, right? And it's hooked into my phone, my smartphone. I don't like this whole smart everything, you know? The thing's trying to be smarter than you. Fuck that. I don't want to lean on machinery. I can do shit for myself in this world, too. And everybody wants the convenience of keep advancing all this technology. Well, eventually, you're getting pushed out of the picture as a human being, unless you adapt, unless you become part machine yourself and let them put the chip in you and the brain thing, and you know, the whatever Elon Musk is offering, the Neuralink and all this other bullshit. I don't trust anything anymore. Sorry to be like that. What's this? What about Jimmy Carter? What do you think about him? I think right now they planted him like a fucking peanut. He's in the ground, pal. And you know what? What I think about him? As a president, as a man, or as a president? As a man, he's supposedly kind of a decent guy. As a president, he was very weak-willed. And I'll tell you what, he finally made a move to free those hostages, and they all got killed. You know what I mean? He didn't have much military smarts or something, or whatever. Why? What do you think about Jimmy Carter, now that we're on the subject? No, I just want to know your point of view. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't care too much. And to be honest with you, again, you're talking about, we're worrying about Jimmy Carter or even Donald Trump or anybody. But you know what? We ought to be worried about what are we doing? Why? What the fuck? We got a figurehead up there, and we're relying on him to fix all our problems. Everybody should be standing up, getting involved, going down to your local government buildings and start speaking up. I think it's all on our backs, and we should take the reins, the responsibility, and start doing something. That's just me. You know, that's the way I feel about it. I'm going to go now. So bye. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Sorry, I'm just ranting. I every now and then I gotta do that. Thank you. I appreciate you coming by. If you could, hit me with a thumbs up. If you haven't, thanks a lot. Have a good night. What do we got here? But what's this? I won't use the little box you have on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. The problem is they're charging me an incredible amount of money to drive my car after I'm paying these outrageous payments for the car itself. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I had one accident. I'm 60-some years old, 61, right? Well, what the hell? Never had a DUI. Almost never had any kind of moving violations. Are you leaving, Amir? Have a good one, Amir. You ain't mad at me, are you, Amir? Wait a minute, what we got here? Okay. Tim, you know that he betrayed King Mohammed, Reza, Shah and helped Khomeini get into a position of power. I don't know that. Because I just don't, I wasn't totally aware. Oh, you were talking to Tammy on that. Anyway, see you, Amir. Hope you ain't pissed off at me. I hope I didn't offend you. Just speaking my mind. There's a lot of shit over here that bothers me, that's all, in this country. I just see everybody just doesn't seem to care. Or not that they don't care. What's this say? One question. When are you going to be live streaming again? Maybe tomorrow night. Usually I come on around 8 o'clock. I almost didn't come on tonight. I ate a late dinner and just felt like doing a live stream, so hence that's why I'm here. I would have traded that car by now. Yeah, exactly. I'm making payments on it. You're right. One question. Okay, all right. I'm not leaving. Okay. What did I say? Oh, Amir might have said that. Okay. Yeah, Amir, if I offended you in any way, I didn't mean to, dude. This seems necessary to me sometimes to get a little bit outraged, to try to get some sparks going, to get people to realize, because we're being basically put in a state of mind where we're just going along to get along, even when we don't want to. Even me, I'm sitting here ranting. I'm mad at myself sometimes. For instance, that damn thing I just showed you. I feel like I'm walking into the same damn trap I'm trying to warn other people to do at times. That's all. Sorry for my poor English. That's all right, dude. Again, I didn't. You know what? You're my friend, Amir. And like I said, I didn't mean to. If I said anything that upsets you, take it with a grain of salt. I don't come on here to hurt feelings. I come on here to get myself feeling better by at least expressing something, about what's going on. I feel like we're sitting here and not saying anything about things that, what's this say? Oh. Yeah, you ain't kidding, mixed media. Paying for cars. It's the worst part about it, before I had that car accident, I only owed $1,400 on it. I could have got that paid off in a couple of months, 3-4 months, and I'd have been done with that. And I would have owned the car. And the worst part about that was I was heading down to the labor board that day. I didn't necessarily need to go down right then, but I was so upset because I had my money tangled up. And that's when it first started with all that crap. Now, finally, it's starting to get fixed. But, I got in that head-on accident and totaled my car. Only accident I ever caused her, and it was because I was trying to get down the labor board, and I looked up at the light, and the sun was in my eyes, and I didn't notice it was a green arrow or a green whatever. I went, and the guy hit me, and I got shook up pretty damn hard from that. I'm learning from Amir about things. Yeah, we don't know because we're not privy to a lot of the stuff that he knows over there. You know what I'm saying? He might feel like he doesn't know everything over here. I don't know what really transpired all the time over in Iran because, first off, our news companies in both over there and over here are probably telling us propaganda, what the government wants us to know. It's the old, this is what you need to know saying that they're now using all the time. Here's what you need to know. How do you know what the fuck what I need to know? That's what I feel like saying. Now, I need to know what I want to know. Not like, this is what you need. You're on a need-to-know basis. Like, somehow, all of a sudden, you're a secret agent and they're only giving you compartmentalized pieces of the puzzle that you're allowed to know. I live in this world, too, Tell me the truth is what I feel like telling them. And here I am talking about talking heads on the news and shit. We're getting bullshitted all over the place. What's this? I'm learning from Amir and things. Yeah, exactly. Same here. What's not our history? Were you talking to me? Wait a minute. I didn't know. Oh, about American Civil until two. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, we had ourselves a nice little civil war back in the 1860s. And again, people tell you it was all about like slavery. Yeah, somewhat. A little bit, a chunk of it was. But people don't realize it was another big problem. It was about states' rights. And here we go again. We got slavery going. They're trafficking people. And they're basically almost enslaving us as it is, New World Order. But above and beyond that, we also have state rights problems where all the 50 states are breaking into little clusters of this state is going to allow abortion, this one won't, and they're ready to go fight over it. And it's happening all over again in some ways, in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. What's this? Hey, Doyle, how you doing? Hey, what's good tonight? Everything's good, dude. It's news. Gave facts, not opinions. Yeah, you're right. You know? Yeah, I keep saying, yeah, this is my opinion on here. The news ought to be saying that because they're not showing you facts half the time. And how do I know that? Because later on, they got to retract it or, it gets exposed. I'm wondering how loud I actually am. I'm sitting in here in my car, and I'm wondering if my neighbors in either of these apartments are hearing me out here. They probably think I'm crazier than shit. Whatever. What's this? Oh, yeah, central government power. Yeah, exactly. Actually, the Civil War is kind of interesting to learn about. A lot of different things happened during there. One of the things that happened, I was saying, is mirror image of was going on, is that it was something called the Anaconda Plan back in the Civil War. I talked about this before. Whereas they were trying to starve the South out during the early part of the war, and I guess all the way to the end they did this. And they literally sunk ships bringing in supplies from France and wherever, and also destroyed railroad systems down there. They did what's called a Sherman bow tie. General Sherman men went down in the South and were ripping up train tracks and bending them around trees and everything else, so they couldn't use the tracks to move supplies. So they starved the armies down there and made it harder for them to fight with no supplies. And that's kind of what's happening now. Thank you for that, whoever put that up. It's kind of what's happening now, in a way. They're crashing trains and ruining bridges. The infrastructure's falling down. Same game plan. They're just doing it differently. And they're mirror imaging of what the hell happened then. That's what I think, Thank you, whoever put them up there. Appreciate it. What's it say? They can hear you. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You're all good, homie. I know. I joke around like that. And what's that? Stealing train cars. Yeah, they're doing all kinds of stuff. They're stealing stuff off of train cars, too. By the way, for instance, one thing, and I'm not sure if this was on a train car or trucks, there was a whole bunch. This is back in like May of last summer, I guess, early part of the summer. There was a whole bunch of fertilizer was swiped. What's it? Military encampments. Stealing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Talking about Civil War. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They actually did steal trains. There was one called the General. The South had, we sent men down or whatever. They stole the train, the engine of the train, I think, and got it out of there. Trying to think what I was just about to say about, oh yeah, modern day. Over in California, I think it was, back in May, someone rolled in and stole literally a couple tons of fertilizer. And you're thinking, what are they going to throw that on a field and grow some corn? No, they're probably going to blow up a building. Just like the Timothy McVeigh bullshit. That's what they're afraid of. And yet, they still haven't found, or if they did, they're not letting us know, what's going on. Somebody just pulled in behind me. I hope it ain't a cop coming in saying I'm disturbing the peace. But I'm not, so they can pound sand. They're probably just parking back there. Anyway, wait a minute. Can you guys see that? Yes, Anita. No, yeah. Trying to think. Let me turn that one off. Put this one on now. All right. I forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about Civil War. What's it say? Yeah, military equipment. They were stealing it back then, but then even today, here we go again. Someone broke onto the base out in California just the other day. I don't know if it was just all at once or if they were sneaking stuff out of there and paid off a quartermaster to look the other way while they were rolling out with it. And they just found out maybe they did an inventory and all the shit was missing. Or did they roll onto the base, steal the stuff, and leave with it? And if so, where the hell is security? You know what I mean? That's off the hook. Can you read my comment on the top? Yeah, let me find it. What do you think of about an Imperial America? Is that the one you wanted me to read, dude? Give me a yes or no. Anyway, what do I think about Imperial America? I don't like it. I don't. I think it's wrong for us to go and assume that we can go take other people's stuff. I said that the other day. You know what? It's not justified in any way. Now, if it's time of war and you win the war, to the victor goes the spoils. But they're just trying to go in there and bully smaller countries. And we've been doing it for forever. And so is Europe and a lot of other countries. Going in and right now we're going in to what do you call it? Africa. And so are the Chinese and a bunch of other countries are in there. I think they call it the Belt Road Initiative or whatever, the Silk Road, or I can't even remember what it is. But the Chinese are in there. Other countries are in there. They're mining rare earth minerals and everything else. And what are the African citizens getting out of that? They're getting screwed. That's about it. The Rothschilds or whoever come in there and buy the mines. And meanwhile, you see these pictures of little children starving down there. And you can't even understand how these people can be so sick. They're not letting some of that money trickle through to help the people that are there. You know what? We wouldn't have had millions upon millions of people crossing the frickin' border if they took care of them in their own country. Meaning, if instead of taking advantage of these smaller countries, build them up and they could have been a trade partner. Build them up and it'll pay back. In other words, it's karma. It's going to come back to you. You invest a little bit in them to build them, show them how to fix things in their country, and they'll become a better trade partner and everybody wins. But nobody wants to do that. It's greed. They're going to grab what they can. So I hope I answered some of your question there. What's that say? I think that would be great if they invaded North Korea, China, Russia, Federation, the Middle East. Good luck with that. You're talking about millions of people would probably die if you go and do that. But meanwhile, millions of people are probably dying right now in China and Korea. They're starving to death. So we're kind of in a situation where that's probably going to happen one way or another anyway. What's it say? But after the war, everyone can live under a good government backed by U.S. You know what? I'm waiting for a higher power than the government. I want God to be our government. That's just me. Everybody can have their own. Because you know what? At the end of the day, man's corrupt, and he's always going to be corrupt. And you can see it by the greed factor. Everybody, they want to grab that power, and they want to hold on to it. And they don't spread the wealth. It's all going into their coffers, into their pockets. It's unreal. It's unreal that there's nothing left for anybody else. It's all greed. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier is, selfishness. Power hungry selfishness. What's this say? Theocracy. Interesting. Yeah. Well, you know what? Man's corruptible. That's the thing. I think we should have some theocracy, at least in our government. We did at one point over here, and God we trust was on our money and other things. But again, you look at like the Illuminati and all these other big, I don't know what you call them, power brokers in our country from day one. Again, the Rothschilds and whoever, the DuPonts, and they all got together, and they're worshiping a different God than we are by a long shot. Theirs is power, money, and false idols, in my opinion. Again, you notice I say my opinion, so YouTube can't get upset. I'm just expressing my opinion and speaking freely because we are supposed to be a free nation. So there's that. What's it say? The rich get richer and the poor perish. Yeah, exactly. I got somebody behind me just sitting back there with their lights on. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I just hope I wasn't being too loud out here. What's it say? The rich? I already read that. So anyway, let's see. We've been on there about an hour. I just, like I said, I had to come out here tonight. I was just fed up. I was fed up this morning when I heard, for instance, about the drones flying over the White House. I mean, a week before inauguration, and they're not saying or doing anything. And part of the FBI say, no, it's not a big deal right now. The Secret Service is pretty upset about it, and Trump doesn't like it, I can tell you that. And a lot of the other people are seeing it's BS. So you got two different governments happening right now anyway. One's deep state and doesn't want to let go of the power. And the other one is the incoming government. I'm so ashamed of my country. Yeah, it's a mess anymore. People used to look up to America, and I think greed just destroyed us. That's what I truly believe. You look at just the way everything is fell apart is because there were all these people in charge of shoving the money in their pockets and in their coffers to pay for their next run at getting elected again so they can hang on to the power and steal more money. And it's basically a matter of our infrastructure's falling apart. Everything's falling apart. And there's nothing reinvested to fix any of this crap. I guess they think it's just going to magically fix itself. Yeah. Why would you be ashamed of being brown, dude? Never be ashamed of that. God made you brown, made some people white, some people different colors. Never feel bad about that, dude. That's irrelevant. But people want to make that an issue. It shouldn't be. Just go about your life and be proud of who you are, Maybe you're made to feel that way, but not from here. Not from me or anybody on here, dude. You know what? It's a shame that I think when we die, we're all going to be the same color, or we're not going to see color. It won't matter. Yeah, you're right, mixed media. Jesus may have been brown. It probably was by the way they were talking, that the whole area where he came from, it's Mediterranean, dark-skinned, and he might have been closer to like African almost, because he was over in the lower, in like Israel there, and you got Egypt and what's it say? We will be light. Exactly, dude. This physical body is nothing but a seed pod for valuable treasure. The thing that matters is your soul. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. Which is, this country has allowed greed to take over. You're right, Tammy. It's greed's the name of a demon. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? We're tempted by this shit. Like, what's this? A meat suit. Yeah, you're right. We're walking around, and none of this matters because eventually this meat suit dies. But I truly believe the soul is eternal. I've never been, I never seen a painting. You know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you know what? It's a shame that that matters. It's a shame that, you know why? You want to, in my opinion, why? Because the people who were more advanced at that moment as time was going on, you look at the Romans and stuff, and Leonardo, Da Vinci, and all these other people, they were probably all white. And I don't know whether they thought about it. They just saw, or they thought in their head, their mind's eye, to make Jesus white because they were white, probably. You know what I'm saying? More European looking. But he actually came from the, Mediterranean, which was, what's it say? You know what? Yeah, I have seen it, but he's kind of right. He's kind of right that mostly you do see a white Jesus. But again, it doesn't, the deal is with Jesus, nothing like that should matter. Me too, the white Jesus is mind control. Yeah, again, the soul is eternal, and you will either be with the light and love, or yeah, exactly. You nailed it, DIY specialist. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're either good or bad, and it's your choice. It has nothing to do with your outer skin color. Doesn't have anything to do with what religion or nationality. God loves us all. He made everybody. It's up to us how we live our lives. That's what I believe. You're right. By the way, hopefully DIY specialists, I hope you're on here. I hope you subscribed. Appreciate you coming on tonight. What's it say? You're all cool. You know what I mean? It's too many people are worrying about stuff that's not going to matter pretty soon. Is it going to make a difference how much money you had, or what color you were, or what kind of car you drive, when everything turns to ash, when everything burns up? No, it won't. But what will matter is that your soul will go on, and then we stand for judgment of what kind of person we were. And it can be either a good judgment or a bad one, I guess. We better worry about our inner person, because we worry about the vanity, the how we look and appear in this world, but this world's passing away. How do we look in God's eyes? That's what we should be looking at. What's his treasures in heaven? You're right, Tammy. Nailed it right when I was saying that. You put that on. I thought you looked familiar. I seen you in here. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's just see. People think all of my race is terrorists or drug dealers. You know what? I'm sorry if you believe that. And you know what? You're right, because mind control. Because that's the way society is trying to make people think. We got to, this is what I'm talking about earlier. It's up to each and every one of us to change the way we think, so we can change the world in a way. You know what I'm saying? We can't let outside shit affect us. We gotta be in control and do stuff. We gotta get involved. I was saying that about politics and stuff. It's up to each and every one of us to not only just think with your mind, but with your heart too. Only ignorant people. Half those comments online are from bots. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right again there, DIY specialist too. Yep. Yep. Yeah, but we're all human, and I mean, we all, to some degree, it influences us, because nobody wants to be the odd man out or treated like they're not in the in crowd. So we almost turn into chameleons and try to fit in, whether we know it or not. Even when we know we need to be individuals and stand up for what's right and wrong, we still do that. It's built into us. It probably goes genetically all the way back to the Garden of Eden and stuff, and back in the day. It's in our DNA to be that, and it's part of the temptation of. I can't explain what I'm trying to say, but we got to choose to be better. Try to anyway. We're never going to be infallible. You know what? Fear not there. It's not about where you're at. It's where you're at with your walk with God. You know what I'm saying? You could be in the most dangerous neighborhood, but if you have God with you, you're going to be safe. Now maybe something happens to you physically, but in the long run, this is all going to pass away. But we just think about it as like we're permanently here. We're not. We're here for a blink of the eyes, man. This world's going to melt away. It's going to change and be gone or whatever. We're going to be gone one day. And we should learn that, Show me one person that's been around since the beginning of time that you can go talk to. Everybody passes away physically from this world, Turn this off here. Put this one on. There we go. What's this? Hope it's the same as you say, mixed media. Yeah, yep. Yeah. Well, they'd like to believe that we're all that way, but we're not. I mean, well, it's up to us. We got to choose how we're going to treat each other at the end of the day. And fuck all the woke shit. Do it for yourself. Be a better person. Fix your own flaws in your own life. And don't roll along with what everybody else is doing. Be able to think, and use your own discernment and judgment. What's it say? Exactly. Yep. You know what? Let me tell you a little something about that, Amir. Over here, I'm telling you right now, that group that you're talking about right there, that almost, not that it doesn't exist, it's nowhere near what it did like 100 years ago and further back towards the Civil War on up. Finally, that's hardly, I'm not saying there isn't people out there, because there are that are like that, but they're the minority by a long shot. But the government wants to keep talking about like everybody's running around with hate in their heart. There are some people are like that still. We call them assholes as well. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're being. What's this I'm seeing about? Wait a minute. I haven't heard about them much nowadays. Yeah, it's because they're gone. Not gone, but they've literally, people have changed. They're not following as quickly as they were before. They've lost a lot of their power and just kind of faded out. Yeah. I mean, again, there's other people that are around that are pretty bad now. As a matter of fact, it's all in the way you look at it. I think they were evil, right? But that evil's not really there anymore. It's literally morphed into another type of evil. Still here on the planet, but the same, it's demonic influence. I guess the KKK didn't work out for them the way they wanted it. So now they shifted into, there's other groups out there doing bullshit, Demons move on and do other things. So. You really don't hear nothing about them anymore. They used to literally have like marches where they would go. I think it was one not far from here. It's Rising Sun, Maryland. But that was a couple, maybe 10 years ago or something. And it was only a real small group of people. So there's ignorant people still out there, but they're not in the big numbers at all anymore compared to what they were. But now there's still a bunch of other assholes out there causing problems. What's this say? Tuesday stream. No, that's... No. So, anyway, hang on 1 minute. I think... How long have I been on here? About an hour, 20 minutes. Hour and 15 minutes, sorry. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is kill this. Wait a minute. Hang on 1 second. Let me see what I got left for. I got plenty of battery on this one. The other one. Whoop. Shit. Let me see something. Reconnecting. All right. Okay. This one's only got 14%. So I'm going to kill the Pale Rider one off right now. We'll just go with this one over here, the Legends and Tales one. I don't want this to run the hell out on me anyway. Okay. And I'll hang on here for a little while longer, I guess. I actually got 93 views on that. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, lately, I don't know why, but it seemed like I've been getting less and less things on there. What's this? Hey, you know what, Amir? I appreciate you coming here, dude. You know, to me, you're my friend, and if I say anything ever to offend you, I apologize in advance, all right? Well, it's good that you can talk and we can share that. That's how people solve their problems. That's part of the problem. People keep stuff bottled up. And it's why I come on here and vent. And I appreciate you guys coming on and listening to me go off like a crazy man sometimes, because it's important. You know, people bottle this shit up and it's not good. Appreciate that, Tammy. So have a good one if you're getting ready to roll. Because I am just about ready to shut it down in about 5 minutes anyway. I guess 10. I might hang on here a little longer. What do I got up there anyway? A couple people still in there. Mixed Media, you still in here? I see Tammy's here. Amir. His 6 thumbs up. That's cool. Freedom of speech starts with listening and caring about each other. Yeah, it's the truth. You have a good one, dude. Refried beans, Mixed Media. You really like cooking, don't you? Nothing wrong with it. But, I say this back in the day a lot was, excuse me. I liked cooking in the restaurant because I had all the right equipment. Over at home, I barely have anything. I got half the equipment that I need and less of the ingredients that you do at a restaurant, number one. And number two, when you're at work and you're busting your ass all day, last thing I seem to want to do is come home and cook. I'll cook something here and there, but it's like asking a carpenter to come home and build a house. You don't want to do that either, But yeah, I know chefs, and evidently you're one. You seem to don't mind. You come home and you're always cooking. That's cool that you like that. And I used to be more like that. I think I'm getting too damn old anymore. It's starting to wear out. Have a good one, Amir. So, what's this? Yeah, but you know what? It's you're saving money though by cooking. Now that's one thing usually because you do like batch cooking. You have a couple meals out of it. You go out and buy a couple things at the store. It's ridiculous anymore. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, because I don't know about you guys. Did you see the prices are just going through the roof? I just noticed recently shit jumping up. They're saying eggs are going through the roof, and they're killing more chickens off. By the way, like they just can't stop. And now they're talking about the pork. Now there's a thing with the hoof and mouth disease over in Europe and all this other shit. They want to put us in the ground. They're trying to starve us to death. And they're acting like, oh, we're concerned. We don't want to. You're already trying to kill us. You're going to starve us to death, which is even a more miserable way to go than a pandemic, probably. Starving slow. Exactly, mixed media. That's exactly right. That's a good way to do it. Yeah. Because, what's this? Yep. Well, I'm pretty good about that at home when I have a little of this, a little of that. The other day I had odds and ends. And I don't know why I did this. I had a couple cheese raviolis, the frozen kind in the freezer. I had uh, a little bit of cheesesteak meat sitting in the freezer too. And I had some cheese in the refrigerator. An open can of sauce, marinara sauce, and I just put it all together. Melted put the. It's just whatever I have around. I try to make a meal out of it. But again, I used to when I was younger not mind cooking at home, but there's just I don't have the. I like what I'm saying. I would do something fancy, some kind of roast or marinate something and do all this. I don't seem to do that much anymore. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I just scraps, just throwing something together and eating it, and then that's that. You know what? I'm not trying to impress anybody because I'm here by myself, except for my cats. You know what I mean? I don't have kids saying, "Ooh, that's getting all bent out of shape because they don't like this or that." It's all about me, when it comes time to cooking in here. And I probably order too much stuff out too. Like a week ago, I went 3 different times to go get a cheesesteak, from wherever. I don't have that kind of money to do that, and I got to cut that out. I have cut back, but too often I go and try to. I refuse to cook for myself because if a meal falls down in the fall and nobody's around, doesn't. Ah man, that's funny. Yep, doesn't. Only if it falls on the floor and you get like cat hair in it. It might have a really weird taste. No, that was a funny line there. I like that. Yeah, shit. I take it you've always been a smart ass your whole life, mixed media. Will you get mixed media? Did you get in trouble a lot for being? Were you kind of the class clown at all, or were you quiet? Something tells me that you were always probably the way you are now. Yeah. Yeah, I can believe that. I remember when I was in, what's this? I resembled that. Yeah, exactly. I remember getting busted in 7th grade for lighting off a firecracker. And the same time, I had forged my dad's name on the report card. I had like a shitty report card. I didn't want to take it home and get busted. We had to get it signed and bring it back. So, first off, I lit a firecracker in class, and I was going to try to back out of it. Somebody gave me a firecracker in first period, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to light this off in Mrs. Slichter's class. She was like this Nazi German lady. It was just pain in the ass. Anyway, she was old too. I was trying to back out of it, but peer pressure kept working on me. Everybody said, when are you going to light it? When are you going? And so they all talked me into lighting the thing, right? And I was going to stick the firecracker in the pencil sharpener and light it, and probably would have threw shrapnel around, but I didn't. I just threw it in the alley or the aisle, between the desks and everything. And no sooner did that thing pop, and the lady jumped up and was all, "What the hell was that?" Freaking out. They all turned on me. Everyone that was talking me into doing it turned right around and said, "I came from back there," and ratted me out that fast. And I was like, "Oh man, you rat bastards." So yeah, I used to get in trouble every now and then. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's see what we got. I think I'm gonna hop off of here. Thank you guys for stopping by. It's always fun talking to you. But I gotta get in, get something to eat, and crash out, I think. Yeah, I gotta get up to, what's this say? Exactly. Man, these guys were setting me up. They're like, talked me into it. And I was trying to impress this one girl, Janet Pellick. I still remember her name. Oh, man, I had a thing for her. So someone said, "Oh, yeah, Janet wants you to light it off." They knew, the person knew. And that finished me off. I couldn't say no after that. Man, did I get in some shit. I know one thing. Not only did I get busted for that, but the principal came down to have me out in the hallway, and he's giving me shit about lighting the firecracker off. And he says, somebody said that you wanted to get booted out of school and you didn't care, because somebody actually said, I was joking around earlier in first period, saying, "Oh, I don't care if I get thrown out of school." Whatever I said, they were squealing, right? So then he goes, "By the way," he pulls out my report card and goes, "This isn't your parents' signature. I can tell." I looked at it, and I was in 7th grade. I guess I thought I was slicker than 10W40 oil, and I was going to just slide this one by him. No, it was the shittiest autograph forgery in the world, man. I thought it looked good, but yeah. And so I got busted for the firecracker and for the forging the name on the report card. And I spent a week in school suspension. I thought I was going to get kicked out of school and have a couple days off. And they they sat me in this little coffee room where they'd come in, get their cup of coffee, and I was in there. And by about like 3 hours in there, you felt like you were in solitary confinement, being tortured, because there's nothing, like the sink in the corner was dripping, like one drip of water every so often. It was dead silent. You could hear the tick, tick, tick of the clock. It sucked. It about drove me nuts. Now, after a while, it was like tedious. It wasn't bad for like an hour. I'm thinking, cool, I'm out of class for right now. And as time went on, it just drove me nuts. In school suspension. Where were you? Well, yeah, I could have used you then if you used to forge your signatures. Yeah, I don't know. Well, my mom used to just make like this F. I think what happened is my mom made this weird F for Florence. Her name was Florence. And my dad's name started with a T. So I don't know whether I tried to forge my mom's or my dad's. I can't remember. But he thought it was the other one. It just was he must have knew. He looked at other report cards, and he busted me big time. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of during that time period. I was kind of the class clown myself. But then at other times in my school career, I was just quiet, reserved, and I guess I was kind of shy early on. And I took a lot of bullshit because I was small in stature. And I was always the last guy to get picked for whatever we're playing street hockey in gym class or whatever. That kind of sucked. So that's what made me get more crazy to get, more attention. What's this? I did others' homework. Ah, man. You were a real rebel then, huh? I didn't even like to do my own. Yeah. Did they pay you, Tammy, I hope? Yeah, kind of exactly like that. Yep, yep. You know what? It might have been a trait that was worth being that you didn't conform into, trying to be like everybody else. Maybe why we're all on here talking because God made us a certain way for this time in our lives down the road when, being like in lockstep with everybody else is probably going to put you in a bad spot pretty soon. You know what I mean? You got to be able to think for yourself and have discernment. What's it say? There you go. Yeah, I couldn't stand homework. I went home. I was going outside. I wasn't and didn't like doing homework. I figured they took enough of your hours out of the day making you sit in class. Now they want to steal some more hours out of your time at home. Yeah, I was one of them F people. Even though I was smart enough to be, hell, maybe a D student. Now, I I just didn't give a shit. I was rebelling, mostly. What's it say? I still have nightmares over unfinished assignments. Yeah, there you go. I think I think woman mostly took and did homework and all that shit far more serious than dude a lot of times. We did at least but there's people that did their homework a lot better than the average person that were dudes. They're the ones that went to the good, got a scholarship and did something, and a lot of them, because their parents were leaning on them a lot harder. My parents couldn't lean on me that hard. They had 9 kids to raise, and I was one of the last ones. So they were probably burnt out on raising kids by that time. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's this? I was on a roll. Yeah. Yep. You know what? When you think back, we didn't realize how easy, even though I didn't like school and everything. You don't realize how easy you had it until you go out into the working world and have to deal with all the bullshit, later on. There you go. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to hop off of here. It's nice talking with you guys tonight. Probably maybe do a live stream tomorrow night. Thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's this? Working was never ending. High school for me. Yeah. Yeah, but once you get out into the work world, then you got to pay all these bills and everything. You never realize that, the worst thing you had to do was a little bit of homework. I didn't realize that. Shit, I'd rather have been, that was easy compared to real life. Have a good one. Keep safe. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.